Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Good to have you here. Full disclosure, I was just having a debate with myself about how much I should clean up the kitchen before I make these videos. Because on the one hand, I want it to look nice for all of you. And on the other hand, I want it to be honest. So you should know, honestly, there's a ton of stuff that's just out of frame right now. And I have to get this video done before the brownies in the oven finish and before the timer on the dryer goes. Because, you know, life, right? It's a working household. It's a functioning kitchen. Okay, here we go. Eating the frog. Some really interesting comments and posts. A lot of you mentioned that, fitness is eating the frog. If you don't work out right when you get up, if you don't get it done, and that sort of golden first part of the day, it gets much harder to do as the day goes on. I absolutely feel that. I lifted weights this morning. If I wait till the afternoon to lift weights, I'm gonna do one set and I'm gonna peter out. It's one of those things for me. I gotta get it done early. I gotta eat the frog right away. Sabrina Klein made a post, and I really like this one because I think every one of us has had this experience. She said she's got to write a really uncomfortable email. She's got to write an email to a coach who coached one of her kids. A lot of us avoid conflict. We avoid uncomfortable situations. We avoid those uncomfortable emails, but then they nag at us, right? And they suck a little bit of our energy out because we're thinking about them. We know that we need to send them. We really want to express ourselves. We want to have this conversation, but we don't like conflict. We don't like being negative. We don't like putting ourselves in a position to criticize someone or have an argument, so we avoid it. We avoid it. Eating the frog in this case is just making the time to write out that email, read it through a couple times, make sure you feel good about it, and then click send. I absolutely agree. Both Nilam and Wendy made posts about the frog sort of being where they're at in life right now. It's not one specific frog when they wake up on Tuesday morning that they have to tackle, but they're kind of living in a season of frogs. Nilam talked about her frogs being figuring out what I need for me, figuring out what my 1 month-old needs for them, and then figuring out how do I prepare to go back to work in a month. It's a whole plate full of frogs, and it's lots to do. And it's also just ridiculous that you only get 2 months of maternity leave. But that's a whole other video. Wendy's been on a steady diet of frogs these past couple weeks, laid off after 17 years at her job. She's trying to get her body used to being on her feet again all day long, job hunting, still trying to make time to work out. That's a plate full of frogs as well. That's a big one. For me, one of the lessons of what Wendy is going through, and it's something I'm dealing with right now, for me, the frog every day is not looking for a job, because I'm a person that wants to get up and do. The frog for me is not giving into the anxiety and not letting the worry of not having a job pull me out of being in the moment. I was just saying to a friend of mine, my big challenge right now is to see my downtime as a gift, to understand that every day that I'm home to have lunch with one of my kids or I'm here to do homework with them after school, those are times I won't get back. And eventually, when I dive into something new or something big happens and I get busy again, yes, I'll be relieved about having the job, but will I look back at this time and be grateful for the downtime that I had, or will I have spoiled it by being anxious? So for me, and I think for Wendy as well, part of the plate of frogs right now is eating the frog of just refusing to give in to the anxiety and nervousness. I think sometimes the eat the frog can take on a shape we don't expect, like writing that difficult email, like not giving into a certain set of emotions, or at least feeling them and acknowledging them, but not letting them steal the joy for the rest of your life. The frog is not always just a to-do on your list. It's how you move through the world and making conscious choices about doing the difficult work to move through the world maybe a little more joyfully, to not give in to those negative emotions. I know every one of us is figuring out what our frog is right now, and I like the conversation, not just about making sure you eat the frog, but making sure you identify it, because that's a big part of this challenge as well. What is the thing that is holding you back? What is that task that is gatekeeping other tasks? You're not doing it because it's hard or it's demoralizing or it's complicated, but you can't do these other things until you do that one. That's your frog. That's how you know what it is. What is the thing that you avoid? What is the thing that if you don't do it right away, you know it's not going to get done? That is your frog. Identifying that frog is critical, and opening your mind to what it might look like, that's important too. So thank you for the post, because they're helping me open my mind to what the different frogs look like. I'm not going down the rabbit hole of naming the frogs, the bullfrog and the whatever, but You get the point. All right, keep on looking at your frogs. Keep on eating your frogs. Keep on identifying your frogs. Keep on building those habits to get the difficult thing done so that you can just enjoy your life even more. New workout for you today. It's right down there. And I hope you are over on the Good Vibes website, all joined up and signed up, because that's where we want to have you. That's it. That's your Tuesday. Have a great day, everybody. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.